Berger Paints for lasting beauty and protection, and the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
Good evening. I'm James Adderley. Welcome to this delivery of Sports Monday. In week 4 of the NEBL season, Orange Walk Running Rebels hosted Belize Hurricanes at the multipurpose complex Saturday night as both teams sought to stay within striking distance of making the playoffs. It proved to be a rather slow start. Randy Usher deals to Tyrone Knight, who goes glass for 2 of his 7 game points for OW. After Chris Magan missed shot, Brian White comes back with the putback, but in 22 minutes of play, White would only pull 2 rebounds and register 5 points, and that's way below his average. At the end of the first, the Running Rebels show a 16-12 lead. Ian Kakamo gives his team some momentum in the second, staying with this play to finish with this nice hook shot, and would post a double-digit 10 points while pulling 4 boards. Roger Renault lets fly this 3-point offering that pays dividends as the Rebels remain in control of the action. Desperately needing an offensive lift, the Hurricanes launch this long-distance dial to Tariq Middleton, who does not disappoint, and he would be the bright spot for the Hurricanes with a team-high 19 points tonight. Graham spots Middleton unattended, and he sinks the triple, and at the half, the Hurricanes have stormed to a 27-25 lead. When the action resumes, Randy Usher gets busy. The baby hook off the glass falls for him. Meanwhile, Middleton should sink this breakaway chance, but is failed by the left hand. Randy Usher picks up the rebound, and guess what? He slices through the Hurricane to lay it off the glass for 2. It's a seesaw battle tonight. Alton Herrera tips in the Javier Gutierrez missed shot and would strike for 10 points. Randy Usher then rises up for 3 and gets 3 as OW begins to pull away. At the end of 3, the Rebels have run to a 9-point lead. The Hurricanes look to get back in the fourth. Akeem Chop off the bench lands a big 3 points and would finish with 8. Ty Bradley penetrates for 2 of his 8 points. This triple people by Chop cuts the OW lead to 4 with 2 minutes 30 seconds remaining. Randy Usher maintains the 4-point lead by beating everyone down court for the easy lay. He would lead all scorers tonight with a big-time 23 points. The Hurricanes have one last chance to tie this ball game as Ty Bradley penetrates, only to be snuffed out. With that, the Running Rebels go on to post a 68-65 big W, taking their record to 2 wins, 2 losses, and forcing the Hurricanes to show 1 win in 4 outings. In other action around the league, Belmopan bombed Belize City No Limit 100-79 to show 3 wins, 1 loss. No Limit falls to 1-3. San Pedro Tiger Sharks with a 3-1 record chewed up Toledo Diplomats, who now fall to 0-4. They beat the Diplomats 78-60, while the Kaya Western Ballers, they remain in control. They remain undefeated after rolling past Dangriga Warriors at Ecumenical High 73-66. Kaya shows 4 wins, no losses. Dangriga falls to 500 ball at 2-2. Turning to the PLB football season, Kings Energy Freedom Fighters rolled into the MCC grounds yesterday to face an FC Belize ball club that needed a win like life needs water. Folks, we must say the first half was less than stellar. Nevertheless, this corner kick does provide the opportunity for Kenroy Arthurs of the Freedom Fighters to open the scoreboard. He squanders the chance with a high riser. We find the visitors in the ascendancy after intermission, and we must say that this attempt by Daryl Lambert to fool the referee deserves a yellow card, and he eventually gets it. At the other end, FC gets busy when Jorge Aleman sets table for Devan Zuniga, who is denied by a big-time save from the PG keeper Anthony Williams. On the defensive end, FC Belize's goalkeeper makes this necessary save, but certainly did not look too convincing. Oliver Hendricks gets this chance to open the scoreboard for FC, but his low cruiser is direct to the goalkeeper. Hendricks finds himself again in front of the goal, only to miss the target. You remember Daryl Lambert? Well, he lays waste to Shannon Flowers, burns Elroy Raleigh to give Toledo Diplomats a 1-0 lead at the 61st minute, and it breaks the resistance of the FC team. 4 minutes later, Dwayne Sampson plows through the FC last line to make it a 2-zip lead. Mr. Sampson then comes back 3 minutes later to double his pleasure as the visitors now lead 3-0, and at the 87th minute, the unkindness quarterfinal is dealt to FC Belize when Devon Aranda embarrasses the defense to give Toledo Diplomats a well-deserved 4-zip big W. In other action around the league, BDF burned the Texmar Placencia Assassins on the road in a 2-1 affair. Wagia used the home field advantage to humiliate San Ignacio United 7-0, and Belmopan Bandits touched Verdes FC in a 1-zip final score. In other football news, the male national team of Belize will host the Cayman Islands at the FFB Stadium on March 25th. Game time is set for 8 p.m. and the return match in this 2-game World Cup quarterfinal series is set for March 29th. In Weekend Warriors cycling news, Robert Mariano of Digicel 4G raises his arms in victory as he crosses the finish line to take the Class A 43.8 miles, 6 laps yesterday, forcing Ken Gabriel of Benizin to second, Mark Gentle of FT Williams into third. Matthew, with no last name, rounds out the top 4. At the B class, it's Isaiah Willasey in unchallenged fashion taking the 43.8-mile ride, and we say kudos. 37 seconds later, Chris Cowie grabs the field sprint to take second, with Santino Castillo third, Dean Boyce fourth, and Stanley Langsworth, well, you know, he rounds out the top 5. It was Alvarado Morales of Caribbean Tires winning the 29.2-mile lap in the C class in impressive fashion. Valentine Sosa of Truckers takes second, and Armando Morales of Caribbean Tires third, while Glenn Shepard and E. Blanc rounds out the top 4 in that order. Finally, folks, the first Smart Biannual Junior Ranking Tournament concluded over the weekend. In the 12 and under category, the first 3 winners, Tay Parkinson, Terry Sue, and Jared Mena in that order. In the under 15 category, it was Latrell Solis, Bjorn Gabriel, and John the lead. And in the 18 and under category, Latrell Solis came back to take top honors. Eric Liu, he finished second, and Mishek Musa rounds out the top 3. Hey folks, that's our show for today. We just want to remind you that the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness did not comprehend. That's it. We invite you back, same time, same place next week. Jah over all. I'm James Adderley.
Sports Monday was brought to you by Berger Paints for lasting beauty and